Hi there, folks. This is Sean Broderick. I'm at the New Orleans Investment Conference 2016, and I'm speaking to another great explorer, developer, really interesting stuff, Minera Alamos. This is Chris Frostad. He's the CEO of the company, and they expect they can be in production by the end of next year, and yet the stock is so darn cheap, and it's high grade too. There's so much going on here. Chris, could you speak to my subscribers?
I got to run out and buy some of this now myself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Minera Alamos, we're talking this year about our primary project, La Fortuna. It's a gold project in Mexico. We expect, as was mentioned here, we'll have it in production at the end of next year or thereabouts. It's a project that we purchased earlier this year at a very deep discount, and it's a project that was well developed, so we were able to move it along very quickly. We expect to be producing approximately 50,000 ounces a year when we get going. And the costs on this gold we expect to be very, very low. So it's going to be a high margin opportunity for us, and one that we're looking at using as a platform to really start developing a proper pipeline and portfolio of projects such as this as we move out of the low cycles of the last few years. One of the big aspects of our company is we're pretty top heavy when it comes to engineers and metallurgists and mining operators. Our guys have actually this will be the fourth gold project they've put into production as a team over the last 10 to 12 years. So it's an area we're very comfortable with and a process that they're very comfortable with.
I am so glad you brought that up, because one thing that I tell my subscribers all the time is management is so important, you know? And so this is a team that has worked together. They've not only done this before, they've done this a couple of times. And so it's easier for you guys, because you've been in the business, to actually get funding and like that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of different ways. Besides the fact that they work well together, but it's primarily a Mexican team, and it's one that we've kind of gathered up, as you will, over a number of years, and they're very comfortable together. But it gives us a lot of a head start in terms of dealing with the community, if you will. So to the extent that there's surface agreements we have to negotiate, it's not me in a suit down there in Mexico trying to negotiate with a local farmer. We've got real local people that work with us and that know the attitude of the folks down there and how to deal with them. Permitting, we've permitted things down there many times, and we have people working with us that come from the permitting offices, so they understand the process and how we can do this as smoothly and quickly as possible. So it's having done it before, having done it in Mexico before, and having done it with a Mexican team before. Gives us a lot, really greases the wheels to move this forward.
Right, and it's high grade as well. It's like
very high grade.
This grade's over 2 grams per ton.
Well, it is. Our resource right now, it's the stated resource is 308,000 ounces at about 2 grams per ton. The fact is, approximately 75% of that resource is 4.5, maybe 5 grams per ton. So what we will be starting out with and mining initially for the first number of years will be up in that grade range.
Okay, and also you were able, along with actually picking up this project for cheap, you also picked up a actual flotation plant for cheap, right?
Well, we've as we say, this is a small project that at the end of the day will be generating cash like a medium-sized project, and it's a lot of things that come into play. Yes, we were able to pick this up at a deep discount, I think, but about 3 or 4 months ago, I acquired a used flotation plant from a bankruptcy situation for literally $750,000, which new might have cost us $10, $20, $30 million. So it's a huge opportunity. And what it allowed us to do is, instead of processing this through a heap leach process, we're able now to use gravity, and our recoveries go from 65% to 95%.
Excellent.
So instead of pumping out 35,000 ounces a year, that moves us up to 50,000 ounces a year for no more cost.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the exciting opportunities that I found here in New Orleans this year. So glad I came to this conference, by the way. It's really good. Is there anything you would like to say before we go?
I don't know what I can say. I tell you, it's a project that we know we can get into production very quickly, which is huge. It's a modest-sized company opportunity. We think we'll be able to put it into production for about $20 million.
And you are probably going to do that through debt, not issuing more shares,
we'll
right?
be able to lean on a lot of debt because we think that the payback on this particular project is less than a year. So, and to the extent that we're focused on getting 308,000 ounces into production, which is about a 5 to 6 year mine life, we can demonstrate that there's easily another 100, 200 maybe 500,000 ounces right in that recent vicinity that we've picked up. And it's a huge gold-bearing area. So this isn't a project, even if this stopped in 5 years, it's a huge moneymaker. But we think this is a project that will be generating cash for decades.
Good. All this from blue sky, too. Thanks very much for tuning in, folks. Thanks for speaking to my subscribers. You folks, I'll have more for you from New Orleans. This is Sean Broderick for the Oxford Club.